Hello, Weekly Tears.
Hello.
Welcome.
I gotta
Oh,
click
dang it. I just realized I was going to try and get my new artwork that I purchased from Disneyana framed and on display. Maybe when Tag's on his long trip, I can do some redecorating back here. Because I feel like we've had the same set pieces on display for a while now.
I feel like I need to pay you like a labor fee or something.
A labor fee?
Because you're really good at finding frames for things. So I feel like I need to give you a list of all the things I want to frame. And because I'm terrible at finding frames.
Give me what you want.
So I'll pay you for the frame, but then I'll also pay you for like the labor of having to do it because I know it's a lot of work. What am I doing here? I need to put this onto that one. So people know who we are, not like people don't know who we are. But hello, everybody. So who's out there? I see that we have some people viewing,
watching.
What am I doing?
It is early. It is a holiday weekend, so
you know what's
thank
funny?
you for spending some time with us.
You have tomorrow off,
holiday
don't you?
Weekend. I do have tomorrow off.
I volunteered to go in to work tomorrow, but doing something I want.
All right.
Ah, Kim from Where in the
Kim.
Park. So Kim, are you the mom from Where in the Park? Because I just talked to Amanda and Kevin the other night about something else, and they said that if you are the mom, that they have a project they're working on with you that I'm keeping under wraps because I don't know how public it is. So, but thanks for watching. We just did our hangout, and Olivia came on, and she just got back from Tokyo Disneyland. So we Tokyo,
Yeah,
and then she also went to Tokyo Disneyland. So we had about 15-ish minutes of talking about Tokyo Disneyland.
And there she is. There's Olivia.
There she is. Olivia's just following us everywhere.
It's like she's like Beetlejuice or like the genie.
Oh, don't say the genie. That makes me sad.
Why? Don't be sad about the genie.
Because I want the genie to come back.
I follow Dylan, aka the genie.
He's been posted some really great, funny things
funny
lately.
Stuff, yeah. I follow. We follow. Okay, so for those of you that don't know, I'm usually the one that's doing all the stuff on Instagram, and I kind of forget that I have my own personal page, and the only thing I ever look at is through DL Weekly. So I'm like, oh wait, no, that's actually DL Weekly. That's not me.
I find it funny that you don't have...
I do have a personal profile.
But you don't ever look at your profile.
No, because like most of the people that are on my personal profile are also on the DL Weekly.
Oh.
So it's...
See, our DL Weekly one, I feel like follows too many people. And like I follow different interests. It's not just Disney people that I follow on Instagram. So I follow nerd people, like computer nerd people.
Most of what I follow is like Disney and plants.
Olivia, when were you there in May? Oh, just the whole first week? You could have met with us. We had the meetup even.
Oh, dang, yeah.
Thank you, Christiana, for thanking us.
Oh, yeah, thank you.
It is a lot. In fact, it was funny. I was just talking to somebody recently about a podcast, and the very first thing I said was, "You know, it's a lot of work, right?" And it was like, okay, I just want to let you know, it looks easy. You think you just sit down and talk into a microphone, but there's a lot to it. So. By one day.
Oh, dang.
If anybody listening or watching this is ever in the park when we're in the park, send us a message on Instagram, send us an email.
Or
Discord. And like let us know, and we can usually try to meet up and do like an attraction together or a snack, a churro together or something.
Snack.
Well, like a churro or something.
I'm trying to think. Have we ever like purposefully met up with a DL Weekly
not
person
to get a snack, but we have met up and got a snack.
Why not? We like snacks. Like usually it's attraction or like a show or maybe like fireworks or something. I'm like a snack. That's a new one. Well, I'd be okay with snacks. Though.
Olivia, it's never a bother for people to meet us in the park.
You saw us and you didn't even stop, Olivia. Where did you see us? Now I'm curious.
Oh, she saw us. I read that sentence totally different than you did. She didn't see us. Okay. So I did read it correctly. Because I was thinking until she saw us or whatever. Or something like that is how I read it.
Oh, got it. I saw you laughing face. I'm like, wait, where did you see us? Anywho.
I can see how you saw that.
Yeah. Well, I only read the middle of the sentence,
Sure.
so that was my fault.
Hello, Jorge.
Hello, Jorge.
Oh, no, you can always send us an Instagram message.
Yeah.
But the way Instagram works is like if you've never messaged us before, it goes in this weird like limbo. And we do check it frequently. Mm-hmm. But if we don't respond right away because you've never talked to us before, it could be that we just haven't looked in the limbo.
Stuck.
Yeah, because they're like, we just want to make sure.
I was so sad because there was one that got stuck in the requests folder. Like in Instagram, you have like your primary inbox, your general inbox, and there's like a request. And there was one that was in the requests one, but I didn't get a notification about it. And it wasn't until like 2 days later. And somebody had tagged us in their story. Well, since it was 2 days after, I couldn't see. I'm like, dang it. I was so sad.
Yeah, I can see that being
I'm like, oh.
frustrating.
But it is what it is.
Yeah, Olivia, you got to meet us. That's the only way you get the official weekly tier button. You will, as a supporter, I looked you up to help you get connected to Discord earlier. I don't remember what level you were, but I think you should get a sticker or something.
Yep. There's a supporter button, and there's a sticker, depending on what level. I think, well, yeah, since she was just in the Hangout, she would have gotten the button. The supporter.
Oh, yeah, she would have gotten a button a while ago. Oh, yeah. Yeah, so you would have gotten a button.
Olivia, did you get the blue confetti supporter button? If you didn't,
the fact that you remember that's
call
what it looks
us
like.
out, because we'll get it sent to you. Because sometimes, you new people I'm good with. But sometimes with the, sometimes
yes,
with
Steph.
Sometimes with the anniversaries, I've noticed I accidentally skip a month, so then I'll go back a month. But I promise I try and catch everybody. Oh my gosh, Steph.
Oh, she upgraded.
She was amazing. Vern was so happy that you posted the photo that you took, like, of the three of us, of Vern, you, and me, because he was just all about your costume. That was so good. So Steph, sorry, I don't know if you go by Stephanie, was dressed as Salacious Crumb at Star Wars Night, and it was insane. Well, and I told Tag, because we split. Why were you and James went to get food and we were waiting in
Yeah, because we went back to Galaxy's Edge because you guys were waiting for something else. Because we were waiting
for the wristbands. Is what
we were. Well,
I don't remember what you guys
I was going to look at the
something.
Shirt or something.
Yeah,
maybe
you guys ran to do something. And that's when we saw her, and then
later
came back,
James
and
I
walked. Split off because we were running out of party time. Oh no, you guys were waiting. You were getting your food.
Yep.
And then she saw you guys. And then later, towards the end of the night, we split off again because you went to
I saw her
area.
Yeah, but we saw her.
But Vern and I saw her twice.
Oh,
so I laughed because then when we met up at the end of the night, I'm like, this poor supporter's gonna think we never hang out with each other.
James and I were booking it towards Galaxy's Edge, right by Big Thunder, and it was the best. It was the best thing ever because I'm in mid conversation. I talk 100 miles an hour, and I'm blah blah blah, James, and Salacious Crumb walks by, and I kind of glance, and I hear, "Tag from the podcast" or something like that. Hi, and I'm like, "Oh, that's the chick that Teresa was talking about earlier." So it was great.
It was fun. Oh, don't worry, you were totally fine.
Oh yeah, I kept saying, "Where is she?" He's probably like, "Where's who?"
Well, it was funny because we were waiting in line. Well, I was in the restroom when she first walked up, and Vern, I think, actually said something about your costume, that he really liked your outfit, and then he was so funny because he thought you were asking, when you were saying where is she, he thought you were asking where's Queen Amidala,
sure,
that was the line we were waiting in. So he was like,
smart.
What? It was funny. So.
Steph, do not worry about yelling so loud. It made our interaction with you memorable, which was good, and it was really amusing to us in a great way.
I gotta.
You probably feel like you came off like a weirdo or something, but you didn't. It was wonderful. And Teresa and Vern, when they told me and James the story when you first met, they were very happy. They thought it was a great interaction, and I said, "I'm so sorry I missed this."
And we were obsessed.
Did
with
you get
your
a picture
costume.
or anything?
So yeah, she tagged us in a photo. I thought I.
Oh, did you save it?
If I was a smart person, I saved it. It's no promise if I was a smart person, though.
That's all right, Steph.
Here we go.
Oh, you're gonna show it? Let me get rid of the name.
How do I do that?
Do what? That's just gonna copy you, and that's it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll do this. We'll do this.
What are you doing?
Well, I don't want to share her personal information,
Oh.
so I was just gonna. I was cropping it.
Yeah. Then when you let go, it'll pop up, and then you can just show that.
Done. Saved photos.
You are going like a crazy
You should know
way
that
about
I'm doing this. That I have to look. Now I went the wrong way.
You know, if you just hit the albums button, it'll go to the end.
Well, look at that. Did you know if you hit the albums button, it goes to the end? Here we go.
My goodness.
This
way.
You do it.
All right, hold on.
Your friends thought I was nuts.
Where is it? Where is it? There it is.
So what was in your hookah thing then, Steph?
What is this that she's got? Oh.
That was her prop. That was like her big hookah thing for Salacious.
That is cool. I love that hat,
amazing.
by the way.
Absolutely amazing. And then you have this like super cool hand painted backpack that Jabba was on. Oh, so good.
Didn't get that in a photo.
So good.
Now I'm trying to think, where was James and I at this point?
I don't know where you guys. It was when we were in line.
Oh.
I forget. You guys ran off to do something, but I don't remember what. But yeah.
There you go.
So it was super fun meeting you.
Lee's asking if you put the picture on Discord.
Yeah.
It is a cool costume. Steph, it was great. Don't change or apologize.
No.
It was great.
It was wonderful.
I wish I would have had a cool costume like that, to be honest.
Man, see?
I wanted so bad. So that night,
I wanted
and the day before,
more than Ewok ears, and I couldn't find them anywhere.
I was trying Ewok or Wookiee.
Ewok ears.
Oh, I wanted, and it was too expensive, and it probably was great because I probably wouldn't have wore it ever again. But I wanted to have a whole Jedi outfit. I wanted my lightsaber. I did bring my lightsaber.
Do you want to know what's hilarious?
Just not the blade.
I shouldn't tell you this. I should buy this for you as like a gag birthday gift.
Oh no!
So in the Twice Upon a Year Shop Disney sale, they have tiny lightsabers. So I was gonna buy it for you and be like, "Here's your travel lightsaber." They were the ones we were looking at in the park that were really like,
yeah.
big.
I liked the one guy that we saw in line for Rex and Sabine and everybody.
Guy in line?
Yeah, because he was like he had redecorated his hilts, and he was flinging his lightsabers around. He had a homemade outfit. It was great.
But the thing with his lightsabers, he was going through because he made it at Savi's, right?
Yep.
And then took the hilt when he took the hilt home with him. Swapped out like the fake leather for real leather, swapped out any bits that were like fake metal for like he customized it even more so.
Yep.
And like
he did a really amazing job. And then
it's so cool.
You could easily make fun of him for this because you're like Star Wars nerd, but like everybody there that night was Star Wars nerds, let's be honest. But it was funny because I was like, "Did you make your outfit yourself?" He's like, "Yeah, me and my grandma." And I'm like, "Of course."
So
no, but it looked really good. I was jealous. I wish I would have been him, to be honest with you.
So
it was a cool. Well, it was really well done. Now I will say I did see a lot of people there that night with not the Galaxy's Edge lightsabers, because there's other companies that make lightsabers that ignite the same way and they make noise and they do all this stuff. I don't like those ones as much. They're a little bit smaller. They can do different things. There was a guy in line in front of us. I don't know if you guys were with us at that point. Were you with us when we were waiting for Chopper?
Yeah.
Okay, so there was a guy in front of us, the one that kept saying all like the movie lines. I don't know. I thought it was weird. Yeah, he kept showing the girl he was standing next to, like, yeah, look, this one does this and does that, and then it'll say things, and it had like lines from the movie, and I'm like, I don't know if I want my lightsaber saying movie lines.
That happened because I remember I was like going up around to see how long. Like,
yeah, that's
how
probably
long
was that.
The line was and stuff. Yeah, I don't remember that, but that's okay. So, anyways, we're here to talk about our trip. Speaking of Star Wars,
I mean, that was part of our trip,
and we want to answer or know if you guys have any questions related to any part of our trip. We feel so.
It was a cool trip.
I still think I'm in shock from going on a VIP tour and Club 33 on the same night. Like, I don't think there's ever going to be another day that has that crazy amount of Disney magic jam-packed into one Disney day.
Not a trip question, but Jorge wants to know, did you see the new movie? I assume
I saw
Little Mermaid.
So we've seen between the two of us, we have seen both new movies.
Guardians
I saw
and
Little Mermaid
Little
on
Mermaid.
Friday, and Tag saw Guardians, last week sometime?
Week before last, I think. It was, I don't know. Time is but a construct.
I told Vern, I haven't for a while felt the need to go see a movie in a theater. I think because they come to streaming so quickly now that you don't really have to be that patient.
Except for Avatar, because
wait.
James went and saw Avatar without me, and it's still not on Disney+.
Well, there's that then. But
I'm not bitter at all.
but like it's because it's so quick. It's not like before, if you didn't see it in the theater, you weren't seeing it for
like a year,
months to a year. Now it doesn't feel like there's that big of a wait. So I don't feel the same urgency to go see things at the theater.
Makes sense.
But I really wanted to go and make sure that I was part of opening day for The Little Mermaid, because I really, really wanted to go to an amazing movie, but I also wanted to go support, like, make sure that my tickets counted for, like, opening box office weekend numbers. Like, I was really excited about it. So I really enjoyed it.
May 16th is
really
when I
enjoyed
saw
it.
Guardians.
There was, for those of you, I won't spoil anything. It's very true to the animated as far as the storyline goes, and a lot of the same, like, if you know the quotes, you can probably, like, you'll recognize a lot.
Can
of
you
the
sing
quotes.
along?
You can sing along for most of the songs, yes. And the songs that they did do some adjustments, if I went in maybe not knowing that they did adjustments, it did not stick out like a sore thumb to me that there were some lyric switch ups, because they were done very, very, very well. Very
we'll
smooth.
have to
like
see.
You who doesn't know the song word for word, probably won't notice that there's changes.
Because
me, knowing every single word, of course, I like, wait, what? We're not on that line now?
Because that was something that frustrated me when I saw this. Totally not a Disney movie, but one of the things that frustrated me about the latest, few years ago now, Phantom of the Opera, was they changed the lyrics in some of the songs, and I was like, that's not the song lyric. And so I'm looking forward to, I'm hoping, I do know the Little Mermaid was like one of my favorite movies as a kid, so like I know some of the songs.
I like they did, like I said, there's some subtle changes to the song. I like what they did for Under the Sea.
Sure.
There's a new I'd already warned Tag, and we were just talking about this in our supporter hangout. I have a new favorite song, because there is a new song that Scuttle sings. I'm gonna say it's called Scuttlebutt, and I almost started cheering after that was done.
Is that really what it's called?
I think it's called Scuttlebutt.
I'm going to look up the soundtrack on Apple Music real quick, because I'm just curious.
It's very catchy. It was very, very good. And
it's a nice play on words, Scuttlebutt.
Well. Yeah, it worked well. I was really happy with that song.
Okay, so I'm gonna challenge you.
There was a fun cameo that I thought was very sweet.
I'm gonna challenge you. Was there a part of the movie you didn't like?
Yes.
Okay.
Ish. So
The Scuttlebutt is the name of the song.
So my only complaint, Eric singing, he was a little dramatic. You're right, Steph. He was a little
Who played Eric?
I don't know people's names. I'm very bad with names. My only complaint was I felt
there's a few new
like
songs.
There was one. I'm not going to say who. I felt like there was one of the characters that did. yes, Steph. That's exactly right. There was one of the characters that I felt did a very good job impersonating the animated version of that character, but then in the scenes or lines that weren't from the animated movie, they fell a little short for me, and it felt like they were maybe a little confused. So I think they did a great job impersonating the character, maybe not being the character, if that makes sense.
Is this King Triton?
That's King Triton.
He looks awesome.
He was kind of scary.
That's good, right? Because isn't that like kind of the idea is that he's scary? Kaveh, hello.
Beautiful.
Is it?
The scene, beautiful.
Okay.
I want to go to that lagoon.
I'm trying to decide if I ask you a question that could be controversial.
Oh boy.
Did you care one way? I mean,
No.
you probably don't, that she wasn't some white girl?
No. You want to know what I think is actually really, really cool? All of Triton's daughters were different.
Oh.
And I loved that because they were the daughters of the Seven Seas.
That sounds cool.
I thought it was so cool. Everybody was unique. I loved it.
So nobody has any screenshots of the movie with the daughter. So I was curious if they had them together or something, but all they have is the animated ones.
Well, you're just gonna have to go watch because
I got tickets for Tuesday.
With them all together, but yeah, they're the Daughters of the Seven Seas. So they're
Ask me during the podcast on Tuesday, and I'll be able to give you my opinion.
Okay.
Because I'll have just seen it.
Okay, I'll ask you before the podcast so you don't give spoilers.
Or do we want to record it as a bonus episode for June?
We could record it as our bonus episode. Let's take a vote. Should we talk about The Little Mermaid in depth for our bonus episode in June?
This is not the movie.
No, that is not the movie. That is some like stage show.
I want to pull this up. Can I share? I hope I can share this in a way that makes sense. Oh no, it's not.
Yeah, that's like some local theaters. He's looking for what Triton and his daughters all look like, and this is the Google image he pulled up. I'm like, that is not. That is not the movie. That is a very creative stage production way of having mermaid tales.
That was ridiculous, but amazing at the same time.
Speakers on. I love it.
Look, yes, everybody says yes. Ooh, Guardians as well. Are you gonna go see Guardians?
Well, now I'm gonna have to. Olivia's challenge.
You said you have tomorrow off.
Yes, but my parents here too.
Are they gonna go see Guardians with you tomorrow?
Elemental Kovehi. I'm so excited about Elemental.
I am as well.
I hadn't seen a full trailer yet. I don't know why I hadn't seen a full trailer yet, but they had a full trailer of Elemental before Little Mermaid, and it
Steph
looks so good.
I usually don't cry in movies.
I'm worried about this movie.
But I cried a lot. You are going to cry like a baby.
I'm going to cry like a baby. That's like people that don't cry are crying and crying multiple times.
Spoilers.
Don't.
No. It's not going to be spoilers, but it's kind of spoilers. Just trust me on this. So I went in because people said they cried. I went in thinking that like people are crying because characters are dying. That is not the case. What I'm saying is they have a lot of things that come off as like that's kind of borderline animal cruelty.
Yeah.
That's really hard to watch because like Pixar, they really make you love these characters very quickly. Mm-hmm. And so when bad stuff happens or even the fear of bad stuff or just the talk of like, I love Rocket too, and it's very Rocket centric. And so it was a lot of like, him when he was softer and not the badass he is now. Yeah. And so it was really hard for me because of all of that.
I've heard there's like Baby Rocket because there's like
Baby Rocket is so dang sweet. But anyway.
Baby Groot, Baby Rocket, Baby Yoda, Baby... Who else do we have?
Baby everybody.
Yeah, Baby everybody.
It's a good movie though. I think of the Marvel movies I've seen recently, I think it is one of the stronger movies. Ooh. And it probably is my favorite Guardians movie because honestly, for a long time, I did not like Guardians of the Galaxy because I saw the first one and I was like,
I think it's so fun. It's the music for me.
I mean, the music's great. There's no denying that the music is great. It's just, you have to admit, the Guardians movies are a little different than the other Marvel movies.
I think that's why I liked them.
Sure.
Because it's not all about like the fight scenes for me. There's a lot of comedic relief.
I think it's coming to Disney Plus.
Mantis tag.
Mantis is pretty cool.
She's amazing if you haven't seen her in the parks.
You are obsessed with Mantis in the parks.
So good.
If you haven't seen it yet, I think that you should go watch. I think it's coming to Disney Plus if it hasn't already. Is watch the Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, the first one. You should watch it. Have you not watched it?
It's on there.
You should watch it.
I think Vern watched it.
It's really good.
Like a little 10 minutes kind of a thing of it. Good though, huh?
Yeah, the animation style's great. The characters are great in it. It's got a great storyline, and they're coming out with the second one, which I also think you should watch.
Is it like geared towards children?
No.
Okay.
It's like
you also told me that little kid Star Wars thing is wonderful, and I had a hard
because Nubs is amazing. The what is it? The Young Jedi Adventures or something like that. It is amazing. Why didn't you like it?
I didn't watch the shorts. Maybe that was the problem.
So James said that I should tell you to watch the shorts.
That might be the problem, is I wasn't watching the shorts.
The music is a little bit all over the place, but there was also, I will tell you...
You gotta save it for our episode.
Yeah. There's some stuff towards the end that was a little hokey and weird, but otherwise. Steph loves Mantis.
I love her. Oh my gosh, I love her so much. I could have just stood there and watched her multiple times.
Yeah.
So that was our last day. She made her debut the last day we were there, so we did get to watch her twice.
You had an
She's
unhealthy
so good.
relationship with her. It was all Teresa would talk about.
Mantis and Merlin. Those are my 2 unhealthy obsessions currently at the park right now. I love Merlin and Magic Happens.
Has Merlin replaced
Merlin's my new Elliot. He has not replaced Elliot. They both hold a special place in my heart. Different places, because I love Merlin for his sweet dance moves.
I feel like if we ever could interview the guy who plays
joy.
Merlin, you would like die. You'd be like, just talk about how you developed the choreography for this.
Was that you?
His undershorts. Yes. Oh yeah.
Yes, Steph.
Both of those questions. Both of those.
Has everyone here seen Sword in the Stone and
like the movie?
know Merlin? Because I love, there's Hawaiian shirt. I just love that character. There's Hawaiian shirt Merlin. And then he's got, the crazy pink underwear that he wears under his blue robe.
Merlin
We're getting
vibing.
so much. Look at him. He's just so great. Yeah, he kicked his shoe off.
Oh, this is Five Fires that did this one. Hold on, let me while we're staring at it.
So I'm loving how much Sword in the Stone rep we're getting, because we had Madam Mim, who you all know my feelings and my love for Madam Mim. We had Madam Mim for Oogie Boogie Bash, and now and Merlin in Magic Happens. I just love all of the. I would love to see them do their wizard duel.
You know what's funny?
That can be what replaces Phantasmic temporarily.
No,
they can have a wizard duel with Merlin and Mim.
What I think is funny is nobody gives any attention.
I feel so bad to Arthur.
Arthur. There it is. There's your little
sweet moves, and then my back.
I like that he waves his wand to fix his back.
Oh,
have you noticed that?
So good.
Anyway.
So good.
I thought there'd be a Merlin compilation video or something because I'm sure you're not the only one.
And TikTok or something, it exists, but
I just remember thinking that it was so funny to me that you were obsessed.
If anyone has questions about our trip, I know we've gotten off topic, but feel free to throw them in the chat box and we will answer those questions, because I just can't. I just my heart just
oh, there's this pink underwear.
There's his underwear. But we just got to do so many amazing, big, huge Disney bucket list checkoffs with the VIP tour and with Club 33. And then Star Wars night. That was our first time at Star Wars night. We learned our lesson with Star Wars night, and I feel like we will not do Star Wars night again, probably on May the 4th. I think it was a different level of busy than maybe the other nights were. Or we've also learned how to do a regular after hours, after dark type night. We're so used to Oogie Boogie Bash, and you can see all the characters no problem, but that was not the case for Star Wars night. So I think my biggest takeaway was, if there's one I need to see, then yes, maybe wait in that line. But I think I'm okay with walk-bys and just seeing the characters.
Okay, so you've got May the 4th for Star Wars night. Mm-hmm. Do you think Halloween night, Halloween party is bad like that too? That just whatever the biggest night is always going to be not great?
Maybe, but I think it's just the setup. Because think of how you interact with characters for Oogie Boogie Bash. The treat trails, there's
Do you think they could do that for Star Wars night? That they could just have people and you could walk by?
I think that'd be cool. Yes, Olivia, the
Pride night does sound fun.
Looks really good. I think it's all sold out.
It is sold out. It is sold out.
Lee, I still can't get over how much food came with that Knott's chicken, Mrs. Knott's
Is there a picture? I feel like we need to. Do we? I don't have a whole picture of everything though.
No, I have pictures of here.
I know you have pictures of that, but I'm trying to get a picture of everything that came with. Yeah, this looks representative. Yes.
No, that's all the different sides.
Yes, but this is the dinner plus the sides plus the. Oh no, because this is all the different.
Yeah,
that's a salad.
Oh, did we have? I don't even remember if we had salad now.
We did.
So many foods.
So here's a picture from the Orange County Register of the meal. So
you get the salad and the soup.
Salad here. You can't see what I'm pointing to.
It was- what
Salad's
was
the
it?
second one off to the left.
Yeah, it was salad or this like rhubarb thing, which is
right
that
here.
pink thing by the bread. So it was you get soup, salad, or that rhubarb thing, and then it was corn. I don't remember what the other sides were. Maybe it's with those things over there.
There's some jam stuff. There's the biscuits. There's the
So
pie.
much.
There's the 3 pieces of chicken, the mashed potatoes, and then a drink.
3 pieces. I thought we got 4.
Well, that could be 4.
Yeah.
Maybe that's a 4th there. I don't know. It's hard to
It's
see.
so
That's a
much
lot of
food.
food. But this is definitely like a 2-person
Mhm.
split the meal thing for sure.
Mhm.
I'm actually just looking here because they had yeah. Oh gosh, here you go. That's pretty representative
Yeah.
too. Is yeah, the chicken, the butt biscuits,
that's
the
correct
thing.
volume because that
Yeah.
doesn't show multiple.
But that's
your
a lot.
Your side choices. It's so much. I felt ridiculous because the 3 of. Thankfully, it was just 3 of us sitting at that 4 top, so we had the extra space.
Yes.
With how many dishes we had, but oh man. What was our number? Okay, hang on.
So Kavei. Okay.
I need to make an actual bucket list because I keep like adding things to my bucket list, but I haven't actually like. There's not an actual list. I feel like I need to create a list.
Okay. Kavei, I'll be honest. I didn't want to get negative on the podcast, and I think it's only a us podcasting thing, but I feel like I want a better VIP tour.
Just say different.
A different
Yeah,
VIP
because
tour.
it wasn't any like it was just circumstance.
99.9% of people would have had an amazing experience on the tour we had. Yes, but because because of our Disney knowledge and all of that, it's a really high bar to clear. So what I would hope for in the future is that we would book it. We would book it in enough advance that we could talk through exactly what we want and make sure that, like the Lily Bell, make sure the Lily Bell is like out that day, like all of those things.
But that was a weather related thing.
Right.
I can't guarantee that.
Right. So anyway, I'm hoping that in the future we could do something like that, and maybe we can request Philander because that again, it was a last minute thing, so it was just it was situational. It was very last minute,
it was amazing, and I think because it was last minute is why it was so cool because we like just kind of like got to go in it and just go with the flow. We just felt so bad for our tour guide because she was trying so hard to do like some of these big, fun, magical requests that were just
100%
not lining up for her. And like at one point she was like joking like this never happened, like that kind of a thing.
I'm not dissing her or anything because I think she did a great job, and I feel like I can't ever express what I truly feel with this tour because I feel like the first thing that goes to is like that I'm dissing her or I'm dissing whatever. No, I'm just saying it wasn't what I was hoping it would be. That's all. And so I think a VIP tour that we book ourselves or something like that we can have more time to collaborate with Disney and whatever, I think is still on my bucket list. Obviously, the Asia parks are on both of our bucket lists.
I think we thought like some things that we asked, like, and that was the other thing too, is some of the things that we were hoping for isn't a thing anymore. So like one of the things that like according to the internet that that was kind of an easy request is what was it, the Haunted Mansion
Pet Cemetery. That'll never happen.
So that one, like, that used to, like, you used to be able to go back there. Well, things have changed. You can't go back there anymore. So, and what was another one that was kind of like, the monorail. We wanted to ride in the monorail, like, cone or one of the cones. And they haven't brought that back. I don't know if that's going to come back. So, she was trying, she was asking all those things. But a lot of the things that you used to be able to do, they just don't let guests do anymore.
I think the point I want to get out for me to feel cathartic about it is it was a great tour, yes. And it's okay to still be a little disappointed with what we had. And that's fine. I think, like I said, I think everybody would have had a great experience. It's just I think my expectations and thought of what a tour was, it was just different than that. And that's all I'm going to say about it, because I feel like we're kind of a little disagreement about it, or disagreement with me saying it publicly, probably. But that's my opinion on it. But bucket list, there's still a ton of stuff. I mean, there's so much Disney stuff to do. There's stuff that's coming up that we want to do. There's like the Gumball Rally, I think. Would you consider that a bucket list?
Yeah, I'd put things that aren't
Chalk Walk,
Disney-specific things.
Bats Day, even though technically we were there but didn't know that's what was going on. So all of those things, all those special days, meeting. I mean, it's not really a bucket list item, but like meeting listeners and stuff are amazing.
On my bucket list is 100. I want it. Walt's apartments on the list.
I think we just have to book a tour that includes that.
This is the problem. Is like I have I think that's why you're. I don't want to say bitter, but a little like sad about the tour. Was we thought we were gonna check off like half of our we could possibly check off all of these bucket list things, and then it just didn't line up.
Well, I think and I think what happened is like anything. So, it doesn't even have to be a VIP tour. It could be anything, right? So you build up a movie, even. You build up, you hear that like this movie's wonderful, this movie's great, or you hear all this great stuff, and you build yourself up this bar that is never attainable, really, in reality. And then it's hard. So that's why like a lot of times we go in, and Star Wars Night I feel like was that way for us too, is we had such a great experience at Oogie Boogie Bash that we thought every Disney After Hours thing has got to be like that. Yeah. And honestly, again, I think it was a weather for Star Wars Night. Yeah. I think it was weather, and actually part of our tour, the Lily Bell, weather, and crowds. Mm-hmm. A lot of people went to Star Wars Night and had a really wonderful time, and I'm sure that it was just our luck.
This is what I've decided with these, is that they can't go perfect because we always need something to look forward to, and since we're so fortunate to be able to go to the parks as frequently, it's like the Disney wins or whatever are like pacing the magic. A, because they know how excitable I am and they don't want my heart to burst.
Sure.
And B, like they're just like dusting the magic out a little bit at a time for us, so that we can continue to have like super awesome magical moments every trip.
So Olivia wants to know what each of our number one things from the tour or favorite part was.
I think my favorite part was I really enjoyed. I spent a lot of time walking and talking with our tour guide and getting to know her and her history with the company, and all of the stuff she talked about entertainment wise with me. Some of it was stuff that we've shared.
You talked to her more than I did, so.
Yeah, some of it was stuff that we shared on the podcast. Some of it I wasn't sure if it could go on the podcast or not, so I was playing it safe because I didn't want anyone to get in trouble. But so I really enjoyed listening to her stories. And then as far as like the tour itself, I really enjoyed the tour, the actual. She did we went through Carthay Circle, and she talked about stuff in Carthay Circle with us and kind of gave us more of a history. Because she's like, you guys know Disneyland, you know all the history stuff. So, but she had a lot more insight on history stuff in DCA than what we had. So, and one of the highlights for me was, Carthay Circle.
I think the highlight for me was the VIP viewing areas for World of Color and Wondrous.
Yeah, there was that too.
Because the cast members we interacted with there were other tour guides, and they were just as friendly as our tour guide. So it was like at the end of the night, you kind of got the entire tour guide squad to kind of be there and be chatty with you, which was really cool. I thought they were great seats. The seats for World of Color, I feel like our viewing. What was right in front of us? The dessert party. I feel like we'd have to buy the dessert party to get even anywhere near as good of a spot.
Yeah. And then we'd have snacks.
Yeah. So High Liberty.
It was pretty amazing.
I assume ENN, I think, is actually my sister-in-law, maybe, or family, perhaps.
Yes, Olivia. If people win the lotto, 21 Royals definitely on the bucket list. Still, that's probably going to be on the bucket list for a while because that's a spendy one to get to do.
Yeah. Tour was awesome. Greeley. Okay, let's see.
Well, and I think that's kind of the cool thing about a tour is unless you're going with, and even if you have the same guide each time, each person that you're having the tour with is gonna be different because they're gonna have different experiences or be like really interested in this thing and maybe not so much that thing. Like they're gonna have their own little things, and then like Tag was saying, like it just depends on what magic can happen or can't happen that day for you. So you could ask for things like the Lily Bell, and it could be like us. Well, it's not on the tracks today because there's rain in the forecast when there was not rain in the forecast, or it could be out. So
I'll tell you the one thing James keeps telling me when I talk about the VIP tour is he really enjoyed it because we didn't have to think about anything, and
we just turned our brain off and just went.
Yeah, we kind of just walked with our VIP tour guide, and like without even realizing it, we'd end up places and doing things. And so it was magical in that case. And so James said that he thinks that was a plus is because a lot of times when we're at the park, even now, we spend a lot of time like, what should we do next? And like, there wasn't any of that. So it kind of like saved that
downtime.
Cognitive stuff.
In fact, we kind of had to like force a little downtime to like sit and eat lunch.
We did.
Were like, we're going to walk and power eat this. And then we're like, no, let's just sit and enjoy this,
And she got to sit and eat with us, which I thought was great. Mm-hmm. Hello, Bonnie. Liberty's talking to us from the future.
She is. Liberty's in Tokyo right now. That's so
And
cool.
There's a postcard coming towards us. Sweet.
Oh, I'm excited. Meeting listeners is always just huge highlights.
I do want to do the Walt thing. Yep. Olivia. Yeah, Liberty and Olivia, you two should connect on Discord and just chat back and forth. Bats Day.
Would you take your in-laws next time, Tag?
Nope, never. Just so you guys know, that's my father-in-law, Pete, and James is in here. Apparently, he messaged me on Discord a few minutes ago and said, and I quote, my family may be raiding your stream. So they do game nights on Sundays. So when we do these,
everyone, welcome.
Yeah, so everybody's like, let's check out what they do for the stream. And actually, Pete, what's funny about Pete is the same streaming setup we use for the podcast right now. I set up his church. Uses the same software and everything. So I learned everything here, and I imparted that information and experience onto him.
So, Kimberly, we did not tour 1901, the private club at Carthay, because that is Club 33 specific, so you'd have to go there. I don't know the actual rules, but we're not members of Club 33, and we weren't with a member of Club 33 at that time, but it's like getting into Club 33. So if you're on a VIP tour, you can't get it. You wouldn't be able to get into Club 33.
Totally should have asked about that.
Olivia, I bet you that probably would have been a thing that could have happened, is getting into the secret room at Lamplight Lounge. Again, if we would have had reservations to go to Lamplight Lounge, which we did not. That would have been, dang, why didn't we think about that?
Did you ever talk about that, by the way? We did, didn't we? We've talked about so much. The server, you had the same server at Lamplight.
Oh, I think we talked about that.
I think we did too. In case you didn't hear or we didn't talk about it, Teresa, it was funny because we were, almost halfway through lunch.
Kimberly, was that a VIP tour that you took and you were able to walk through? Or just like a regular tour? That's pretty cool.
But the server we had at Lamplight was the same server that Teresa and Vern had when they went for their wedding trip. And Teresa, halfway through it, something clicked, and she's like, I think it was her.
She did something, and it,
triggered this
memory in my brain. It was so cool.
But she was so nice to us, and after that she was like, you guys are so amazing, and I don't know. I don't know if she listens to our podcast. She said she was going to listen to our podcast.
Yeah,
so
we took a picture with her. She was super
Do you have that, or do I have that?
Someone has it.
Helpful.
It's in the group album, I'm sure.
She was very nice.
She was very, very
I guess I got to go Google Photos. By the way, I realized with Google Photos that it is eating up a lot of my Google space. I was like, of course it is.
Oh, yeah. Oh, so Kim took some sort of a walk and Walt's footstep tour type thing.
But it
was in
Walt?
DCA, and that's how she got into the walk through 1901. That's really, really cool.
Oh, interesting.
I wonder if maybe, I don't know. That's really cool. I would not have thought that would have been open, but that's awesome. We are not going to be at Disneyland for the last day of Splash Mountain, which is soon. It's this week already.
Yep.
Yeah, because I don't know if all of you know this, but Tag and I are actually we are located in the Midwest, so we only get out to Disneyland and to California 3 to 4 times a year.
Did we ever talk about this? Did we get to meet, what's his name?
Oh, we didn't. You're squirreling, though.
Sorry.
But yeah, so we only get out to California 3 to 4 times a year, so we will not be coming out later this week for Splash Mountain. We actually talked about it many times if we wanted to go on Splash Mountain for our second final trip, because we thought that our final trip, we didn't know when Splash was going to close when we were there in December, so we thought we needed to go in when we were there in December that was going to be the final time that we'd be able to ride Splash as Splash.
And we got so wet.
And we got soaked, and it was a good party, and it was like, yeah, okay, bye Splash, like, done with you.
Teresa, I believe her exact words were, not gonna miss ya, or whatever, something like that.
See you never, Splash. I can't remember what I said.
You were very frustrated with that for some reason.
Because I was soaked. It was like I had just walked into the shower or something. It was cold. Anyways, but we kept asking James and Vern if they wanted to go, and they didn't really. It was kind of chilly, and
James went on it.
Splash?
I thought. Oh no, I'm thinking Knott's. Never mind.
Yeah. So there wasn't even a log flume ride at Knott's. What are you talking about?
I don't know. I thought didn't we go when we went to record?
That's right. He went and rode it himself and got in the back row. So he rode Splash
Thank you.
Right
okay,
place.
I'm not totally nuts.
You're right.
You made me think I was crazy for a minute. I mean, I am crazy, but even more so.
I thought you meant like all of us. I'm like, we didn't go ride
No,
Splash.
I know we didn't.
Yeah. But yeah, no, James, you're right. James went by himself.
Why do I keep doing that?
But yeah. Now you got me distracted. I forgot what we were saying.
You were talking about going out for Splash.
Floyd, that's what you wanted to
Floyd
talk
Norman.
about. Floyd.
We met Floyd Norman at the Disneyana event. That's all I wanted to say about it. I know it was just short, but our upcoming episodes, we talk to an illustrator from Disney, Rick Law, who worked on a part of a documentary about Floyd Norman, and so we talked a little bit about him. So that's the next 3 episodes coming up, folks, is Rick Law, who is an illustrator for Disney, and he also
did this.
He did draw that. He was very much like Terry Hardin, which was wonderful. Basically, we asked a question, and it was kind of like a wind-up toy, and you just let him go, and he would just talk and talk.
So many incredible stories. Like, it's we love talking to people so much. Listeners, interviewees, all sorts of stuff, because I just love everybody's stories. And I think that's, like, again, back to the VIP tour. I just so enjoyed chatting with her and hearing all of her different Disney stories and all of her, her different experiences and such, because she was in entertainment and was a part of a lot of our favorite, especially your favorite things. And it was just, it was very cool to kind of get a different look at some of our favorite entertainment offerings at the park. So, is it our internet connection or something?
I don't know. Sorry about that, guys. As long as this is green, it should be good.
Okay.
It might be a YouTube issue, too, like their
Maybe
platform.
Everybody's streaming right now.
Maybe. I mean, it is a holiday weekend, so.
Oh, a couple of things that I wanted to show everyone that I brought up. If you were on our supporter stream, you saw these already. But a couple of things that I kept as, like, keepsakes from our... I'm going to just now call it Most Magical Day Ever. It was our VIP tour / Club 33 day. So when you do a VIP tour, you get a pin, like as a memento, I guess, of your
like you do on a lot of the tours, they give you little things
of your amazing day. Well, because it's the Disney 100, and because the very kind people that set the tour up for us, our Club 33 members, we got a double special VIP tour pin. First of all, I love that it's on plaid, but it's a Disney 100 VIP tour pin. I don't know why I'm as terrible at this, but you're good at this. With the Club 33 logo up there in the top right. I'm a dork and will probably...
I'm never going to wear this.
Keep this. It's going to just live in the plastic. I even like the back of, it's got a little thing on the back. I just love it. And then the other thing, now I'm going to be real honest. I was very afraid in Club 33. I didn't want to do something accidentally and get us banished for life or kicked out of the Disneyland or something. So I was very nervous. I asked before doing this. But these were the coasters that we had while we were in the Club 33 lounge, and I absolutely adore them. They're purple.
I can't believe I didn't grab one of those.
They're shiny. And this was my coaster. This was the coaster that I used while we were there. Apparently, drinks don't sweat at Club 33 because this thing
is in pristine condition.
Pristine condition, like nobody ever used it.
Can I look? I don't think I ever actually looked at it.
Pristine condition.
I know. I'm not going to screw it up.
But yeah.
How did I not grab one of these?
I don't know. I was like,
I think I was too in shock.
They were so beautiful the entire time we were there. Everything about Club 33 was just
You know what I didn't say? I don't think I said it on the podcast, and I don't even know if I said it to you. I said it in the moment. I was looking at the menu, and I turned to James and I said, I feel really ridiculous right now because I don't know what any of this is.
Yeah, very, very fancy menu. This was the most ridiculous thing. I'll share a photo with you all real quickly from Club 33.
I think they expect you to take the Ogos. I mean, they do this one too. I mean, it's cardboard. It's not like it's made out of something hard.
I just don't know what I just.
Teresa didn't want to get banned or get anybody in trouble.
I was like sitting on my phone, like I didn't even want anyone to think I was taking pictures of things I shouldn't have been taking.
You did a
pictures
very good job.
I was being on my best. You know how I get excited about stuff, so I didn't want to accidentally get excited about something and do something. You were
being very cautious, 100%.
I was. Okay.
And it is a place that you want to be cautious. We have heard stories from other people that we know through the podcast that have been to Club 33 multiple times.
I was so excited to get a Club
33 coffee. Did you take that picture?
I did. Isn't that Oh, it was so beautiful. I seriously sat there and just let it sit with the 33 on it for longer than it probably should have, and it started like kind of looking funny, but Was it good? It was. Yes, it was so good. Our server brought me. I don't even know what it was. I ordered just a latte, and he brought me. I don't know if the sugar on the spoon is normal or not.
Sure.
But he also brought me this little carafe of something, some liquid something, and he said, "This is how I like it. Trust me." And I think I had to put the sugar in first and then dump I can't remember. There was a certain way I had to do it.
Yep.
It was really good. Nor do I know what the secret liquidy stuff was. It was, I'm sure, some sort of flavoring. I don't know what the flavor was, but it was
my
so good.
Whatever fruity thing I had was very good. Non-alcoholic. It was amazing. I had 2 of them. It was so good.
What was it? A tropical storm. That's what it was.
That's what it was. Yeah, that's right, because James had a hurricane and I had a tropical storm.
And then here's my
But his was alcoholic.
Fancy Club 33 dessert. It was a cheesecake.
Look at you. You got the thing focusing. You just got to turn it that way, away from the light.
It was a cheesecake, carrot cake.
Just pull it a little bit away.
Creme brulee
there you go.
on top of carrot cake. That's what it was. So, super yummy. Super, super yummy.
Olivia said maybe a simple syrup.
Maybe, but it smelled a little spicy. At first I thought it was alcohol. It was not alcohol.
Maybe it was like the same type of. Maybe it was seasoned like a horchata or something.
Maybe, it smelled like it had a little zip though, like a little spice.
That's what I mean, because like horchata has like cinnamon or something in it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you what though, as like my feelings about the tour, Club 33 hit all of my expectations.
It was the cherry on top.
Hit all my expectations. The lounge was beautiful. They had some cool special effects. The service was better than I ever expected. It was amazing. The fairy godparents that got us in there were amazing individuals to talk to, and they were great. The other staff, there was like a guy behind the bar that I kind of yelled over to. We were the only ones in the lounge at the time, but he was making something where it was like a block of ice, and he was like searing Club 33 into the ice. And I was like, "What is that?" And it was some alcoholic thing that I didn't want. But I thought it was a cool presentation. The merchandise, which Teresa could not understand how it was the same price as it was in the parks. Like ears were still $30, and
I thought that the merchandise there was going to be. I thought everything about Club 33 was going to be way more expensive than it was. I don't know why it inflated that in my head, but I did.
You know what it did, though, for me, Teresa? And I feel like I wouldn't have to convince you very hard, but I really want to become a Club 33 member.
My gosh.
Because, first of all, you get a lot of things with it. It's pricey.
It's very pricey.
But, I don't know. If I ever make a ton of money, it'd be great to get a I understand. We have a listener who told us that he's trying to get Club 33, that he had saved up to buy a condo and decided, you know what? I'm just going to get a Club 33 membership.
Yeah. Steph, I bought a pin. I think it was an anniversary pin. And what was it? Oh, it was a window. It was a window, and it was like in a mosaic design. I bought a pin and I bought a jacket, and I also bought Vern the Club 33.
We're not going to talk about the jacket.
Excuse me, Piper.
I got a baseball cap with the Club 33 stuff, and James got a tumbler with the Club 33 stuff, and I almost got the ears, but then I didn't, because I wear baseball caps most of the time. So, ta-da. Show the back too. Club
Gorgeous. 33.
It is beautiful. The gold with the black, that's kind of like their thing. I'm surprised you're not wearing your jacket. I was laughing because Teresa, the very first time we recorded or had a stream or something, Teresa's like, I'm going to wear this all the time. And it started to get hot up here. It started to get hot up here, and she wasn't going to take it off. And I'm just like,
no,
it's warm up here. She's like, nope.
So, yeah, Disneylanders. Tag, have you heard the fee? Because it's like, what is it? Is it 30 or
It's
60?
a lot. It's a lot, but I'll tell you what, though.
I don't remember which. It is
almost think it's worth it because of all the stuff. You get VIP tours. That's a few $1,000s right there. You get a certain amount of tickets and stuff that you can give out to people every year. I mean, there's a lot of stuff.
Disneyland trips is how much it costs.
Yes, but then look at what you get for each of the, like, you come and not have to walk. You could just get walked on to everything.
It's steep.
Oh, good.
Oh, good. I'm glad.
We were really worried. Okay, so here's a funny editing story. So our editor, Sam, who I think is done now. I think we've transitioned to a new editor now because he got a promotion at work and didn't have time to do it. He was a great editor, though. Did wonderful work for our show. And he messaged me that
oh, no.
James can't get over this.
I think it's like 60. Sorry.
James can't get over this. So he messaged me and said, you know, your audio has this really high-pitched, like squeak or, you know, like high-pitched noise on it. And I said, oh, really? So I went to our original audio and I listened to it. And I said, I don't hear it. Do you hear it on this? And I clipped what my computer could hear of the original audio and I sent it to him because I thought maybe something got screwed up. And he goes, nope, I can still hear it. It's probably one of those things that I'm younger and can hear at this level. And I was like,
yes.
Thanks.
So back to the Club 33 question. So it's like you have like this upfront cost. It's almost like buying into a timeshare or something. You have this really high upfront cost. I want to say it's something like, I think it's maybe like 60,000. If not, maybe it's more. And then you have annual fees, which the annual fees are like, I don't know, 15 to 20. So it's not a one and done fee.
It does. The pricing structure and stuff is very much like a timeshare where you pay to become a member, and that's like a really high upfront, like Teresa said.
Disneylanders, 75,000.
And then there is a yearly fee that continues on, and the folks that we talked to about it, who helped us with this whole experience, they got lucky and they got into it years ago when everything was different fee wise, and so they feel very lucky that they are not at the higher fee rate.
I'm more convinced to sign up for a DVC membership than I am a Club.
See, that's a timeshare, and
but I could use it at more places.
Yeah, I don't know.
Here you go. You can become a Club 33 member. I'll become a DVC member, and then we'll just
share.
Because
that's the same thing with the DVC stuff. You can do just like you could do with Club 33.
Yeah,
like you could share it to somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
So
I think I've heard there's a wait list, Liberty. I really don't know because it's not like they have it. None of this is really public.
Yeah.
So it's not like you can go like Google Club 33 and like go to the website and
there's a Disney World
tell
one.
You know, maybe I don't think it's public. I think you gotta like inquire. But last I knew, yes, there is a wait list. I don't know how long the wait list is, if it's still there.
Yeah, all they have on the website here is sign in.
That is a gorgeous photo, though.
Yeah, all they have is sign in. Mm-hmm. They don't have a get on the wait list or anything like that. Oh, here we go. Hold on a second. Membership. Nope.
Yeah.
They're like, sorry, folks. If you don't know.
If you don't know, you don't know.
Wow. Do they have like?
What if you go to park hours? Will it even tell you park hours?
It'll probably just take me to the regular Disneyland.
Yep. But yeah. It's
Yeah,
an
they're
amazing, unique experience.
33 is like, nope, you gotta sign in for
I
everything.
I just can't get over how gorgeous the lounge is. Just beautiful. And it's still wild to me that Norland Square was popping. It was loud. It was all sorts of people. And as soon as they closed the door behind us when we entered the club.
Oh, it was magical.
Like, all sound just was gone. I'm like, what happened here? That's what we've heard too.
So Olivia, the biggest,
it's not as long.
The biggest problem with that is most Club 33 members don't want to be made public because people will harass, like bug them to go all the time. And so I think that like the people that we talk to and all of that, and actually even one of our listeners who was trying to get us in before
is a friend of a member.
And we don't know who that person is either because he's never said. So I think that primary, I guess you would call it, primary members don't want anybody to know who they are because they don't want to be, they only want like friends and family. Because, you know, if we had a member on the podcast, it could be one of those situations where, yeah. And so plus I think like, I don't know. I don't even think I would ask the people to be on because they've made it pretty clear that they want to remain anonymous.
Oh, yeah. No, 100%. 100%. Yes. Next on our list. So, yeah. We were just talking about our Disney lists, and yeah, 1901's definitely on my Disney bucket list now, too. I'm going to have like, do you think I need just a Disney bucket list, or should I have a Disneyland, like...
Oh, I don't know.
Have some categories too.
I just have a Disney Parks bucket list, and I think one of those things. And also, you know, we've gone to the studios now, but I would like to go on like an official tour of the studios. Like I have to have like a tour guide.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking about that with some of our Europe stuff that we were trying to book was, well, even not Disney related. But today, and Teresa watched this too. I watched an Ordinary Adventures video about the VIP tour that they have at Universal, and you get to go on this. You get to go on a backlot tour, like you can as a regular park guest, but they stop and let you get out and like do all of these different things. So it's like a totally different beast.
Food was included, and you're kind of in a group of
some
people.
food, not just like anything.
What was it? Your lunch? You got like a lunch buffet and like a breakfast, a light breakfast.
Yeah, it still is cool.
But yeah, the difference between from what we could see, obviously we've only experienced one, but Disney VIP tours are private tours versus what you do with Universal is more of a structured group tour.
Yeah.
Because it's not like, we want to go to Super Mario Land first. And they're like, oh, okay. No, like they kind of it seemed like they have a schedule.
So, okay, first of all, let me answer Brandon's thing. So the VIP tour, the way we understand it is Club 33 members get X amount of VIP tours included in their yearly membership.
Yeah, that's part of their benefits.
Yeah, and they also get a certain amount of park hopper or one-day tickets or something like that. So all of that is included, but it's still way more than you would pay just out of your pocket for it. Disneyland, okay, so...
I think that's a hard one because it depends on what your experience is with if the VIP tour is worth the $3,000 minimum or not. What like our perfect tour would be, I don't know if it could ever happen, but like I want to do like my perfect VIP tour would be things that I couldn't experience on my own. So attractions would be kind of at the bottom of my preference list. Same for you, I think, too, right? Like, we'd want to, like, do a VIP tour of Walt's apartment, go on the Lily Bell, go, like...
I think if we were going to book another one, I think what we would do is we would do it after we'd have... Philander wants to be on again at some point, and he has a ton of stories to share. And he's a VIP. One of the many things he does for Disneyland is a VIP tour guide. So I think that knowing... We didn't know what to ask before. And so I think we'd have a conversation with him and be like, what is the scope of what a VIP tour can be, and like what's realistic. And I think we kind of learned that a little bit, but I think that I think that just,
if we could have that perfect, like, all of the things you don't normally get to experience Disney
but
Day,
I don't think that's what it is
yes.
now. After we've experienced it, I don't think that that's what the tour
I don't know.
is.
Maybe it is, maybe it's not. I know Disneylanders, I think you've gone on a couple of VIP tours. So.
Oh, Jesse's been on the VIP tour with Philander. See, I think one thing that would have been cool. So this is what James reminded us too. And I think that this was something, I don't know, maybe you realize this. I didn't realize how.
Twice with Philander.
I don't think that we realized, at least I didn't realize, how knowledgeable in Disney we actually are. And so I think that we would have to have a tour guide like Philander who like bleeds Disney and is way more knowledgeable about Disney than we are for it to be something like surprising to us or something, I guess. So I will tell you, Disneylanders, that whether somebody invites us on another tour or we pay for a tour in the future, I would definitely go on another tour.
We did. So for those of you wondering, we did try to get Philander. But
it was so last minute.
Because it was such a last minute, and we were talking with Philander, and we were trying from our end, he was trying from his end, but the stars just didn't fully align. But it was a last minute thing, so I didn't even think that there was a how do I want to say it? Like, I didn't think that there was even a chance that it would happen, and there was a chance. I was actually pretty just impressed that there was a chance, but it was still cool.
Oh, well, maybe that's...
Awesome.
I mean,
with friends, learn from... Okay, glorify Genie Plus for the day. That makes sense.
But you know what's better than Genie Plus? And like, I think that I don't give this enough credit, is like I said earlier, what James was saying, which is you don't have to think about anything. Genie Plus, you have to, like, be looking at the times and all this. The tour guide is, like, the ultimate Genie, because it's like, oh, you want to do this? She typed into her little phone, and like, we were there.
I mean, she did get to do some magical things, like figure out where and when certain rare characters were supposed to be popping out of different corners. But then, of course, I just feel so bad for her, because we were waiting in a specific spot at a specific time, and the character schedule changed last minute. So, anyways.
I will tell you the one thing I have enjoyed, and it's not the VIP tour, and actually it's much more accessible to more listeners of our show and all of that. Oh, God, we've gone over on time, too. Is I think the regular guided tours that the Disneyland Resort offers, the couple I've been on, I was on a Walk and Walt Footstep tours, but this was like 10, 15 years ago, so different than the one they offer now. And the one we went on at Christmas, I thought both of those were fantastic tours. I think that the tour guides, because there was a specific theme to it, and they had like a really well rehearsed script and everything. Like, we learned a ton. In fact, Teresa and I, was so funny. We got done with the Christmas tour and promptly forgot like everything we learned on it.
I looked at Tank and said, I wish I could have recorded all of that information, not so that we could like use it for like just so I could listen to it again, so I could like retain and grasp, because she was telling us like how many ornaments were on the tree. I can't even remember all the different facts she told us. There was one that I was like, I'm not going to forget this, because this is such a cool fact. I can guarantee you I have already forgotten that.
Yep.
So much information. So
I think a horticultural tour would be amazing, because the plants and stuff at Disneyland are so amazing.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
That is sad to hear, though, Disneylanders, is that they're not able to do much, extra special or extra magic things that, and some of the things we thought were like, oh, this should be like, this is an easy enough request, and it still wasn't able to make it happen.
You know what else, though, Disneylanders? I think you bring up a great point, which is I feel like nowadays there are more people in the park on a given day doing a VIP tour than there used to be. Like, I used to never see plaids around. And now I feel like every time we go, in fact,
it feels like every time you turn a corner, there's
the next day we were standing in line for Rancho Zocalo to get food, and there was a tour guide in there by himself, and I joked because I felt like, oh, we've been to that group now. I joked, I said, where's your family? And he goes, they're at the Blue Bayou eating, and I wanted a burrito, so I'm over here getting a burrito. And I said, oh, that's funny. And so, but I feel like back in the day, you would only see them when they did the paid guided tours, which were like $100 a piece or whatever, or it was like a celebrity.
Yeah.
But nowadays, I feel like more and more people, because of social media, because people want to visit the thing.
Your once in a lifetime thing, and you've got the one day. It's a great way to get basically you could get everything you wanted to do.
So I think
done.
To speak to what Disneyland Earth said about special, I think when they were do like 1 or 2 a day, sure, there was probably a lot of special stuff they could do, but it's unrealistic, I think, to think that, okay, there might be, I don't know, 20 families having a plaid in a day. They're all not going to be able to go into Walt's apartment. They're not all going to be able to go on the Lily Bell, which we probably could have gone on the Lily Bell. But those type of things, because I can understand how, if it's like a one-off, once a day, and once every month you'd get a question like, oh, can we go on the Lily Bell? That's one thing, or go on Walt's apartment. That's one thing. But yeah, so I think
the other thing too is a lot of this stuff. I'm like even maybe five, as little as 5, maybe 10 years ago. I don't think a lot of people knew about these things. Like,
That's
I don't
true.
think a lot of people understood the significance of the Lily Bell, or like the wheelhouse of the sailing ship Columbia, or
Mark Twain.
Oh yeah, Mark Twain. Sorry, or the second pet cemetery behind the Haunted Mansion. I don't think that was as well known. So those requests were probably not they're probably getting those requests all the time.
Yeah.
And whether you're on a tour or not on a tour, I think cast members are getting asked to do these secret special things that are no longer secret.
It's kind of like a double-edged sword, right? Because it's neat that the internet provides us the ability to know of these things. Because otherwise, there's a bunch of stuff that we've learned doing this podcast that we didn't know before. But also it kind of sucks because there's a lot of places around the world that are like little known tourist spots. And then the internet came along and everybody knows it's a little known tourist spot now, and now it's not little known. And so all of the things that made that special aren't really there because everybody else is there too. So
it's tough. It
is tough. But anyway, we are 15 minutes over. I don't know how that happened.
I think I want to do it again though.
I do think so too.
Turned me off to the experience. I just did. I don't know if I knew exactly what to expect when I was going into it. But I enjoyed it.
One other thing to keep in mind if you're going to book a VIP tour, and if you haven't ever experienced one, even if you're gifted one, there is a tip. Mm-hmm. And so it is a percentage of the total expected cost.
Yes. Yep.
So the VIP tour that are done through Club 33 are 8 hours long, and we did 8 hours. Mm-hmm. And so, and then the price is, depending on the season and everything, it's an hourly price, and your tour guide will be able to tell you this, and then you tip appropriately. Mm-hmm. So just be aware that not only is it, $3,000 minimum.
Whatever the rate is.
But
tip is
that's
on top.
probably like a $300 to $600 tip on that $3,000 thing. So just keep that in mind as well. And to be honest, they earn every freaking penny of it, and I was not upset to tip her.
I still don't. So we had Kavehi on, and she talked about her tour guide experience. Our guide was with us.
Oh, forever. We
almost
asked
every
her, though.
attraction, which was great. We wanted her to be.
Yep.
But I don't know when she did things like use the rest. You know what I mean?
There was a couple things she didn't go on with us.
Well, there was a couple that they were bigger rides, and she said she doesn't do the bigger ones anymore. So that must have been the time that she used to take her own personal breaks. But that's just amazing to me.
They're magical, these people. I'm telling you.
They are.
Magical.
Well, thank you everyone for hanging out with us tonight during our live stream. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your weekend. And if you have tomorrow off, I hope you have a wonderful time.
I volunteered to go to work. I'm the sucker. Yes. Thank you guys for joining us and hanging out with us. And sorry about the audio problems. I think that was a YouTube thing maybe. But we really appreciate all of you guys for listening and being here for the streams always. So have a great evening.
Bye, everyone.